Welcome back to another No Huddle football game. My name is Brian Hafferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of No Huddle Football. This is a new game, still in development at this point, but I've started to work on the production game, which I'm going to start with the year 2022, so the season that just finished up. This is the second half of Kansas City at Buffalo. These are the 2021 teams. So from last season, not this season. And before I get into the second half, I just want to show you um, a couple of things that I've had these for a while, but I don't really use them because these are really for when you're playing head to head with someone. And I've just been playing the solo game. I guess you could use it while you're doing the solo as well, and um, just kind of have it there so that you know what you're running. But essentially, these would be face down, or you would be holding them, up against you so that the other team can't see. But basically, each person would have an offense and a defensive set. So you can see these are the defensive cards here. So all the different defenses that you might run in the game, and they correspond with what's over here. So we have our base defenses, our 3-4 and our 4-3. The 4-6 is also in here, somewhere in here. So you can also run the 4-6. It gives you a little bit of, these are what the strengths are for these defenses. So if you wanted to run a dime, when's it going to be best to run a dime defense? When is it going to be a real weakness? And that's based off of this chart here, the defensive effects. And you get the same thing here on these running plays. It gives you a little bit of an indication of what type of play it is. So the run inside is a low risk but low reward running play. It's between the tackles. It's a good play for short yardage or just getting positive yardage at the outset of like on first down. And it's best against these defenses. So if you're playing a team with a 3-4, you're probably going to want to pound it inside quite a bit. If you're running against a 4-6, you probably want to hit this outside run. This is actually okay against both of the regular base defenses. You don't get penalized. It's just a 0. So the run outside, both of the base defenses don't handle it well, but they don't handle it poorly. Low risk, but medium reward play. It's a little better risk reward situation because you have some more positive, larger positive gains over here. You have about you have a potential for more. You have a higher fumble potential for most teams. So it's a little bit more of a risk, but not much. But obviously against passing defenses, that's going to be really good. But like the medium pass, it's a medium risk, medium reward pass. So you can see that it takes a little bit more to get a completion. You have to have at least a 9 to get a completion. There's also, one more bad thing that could happen here that's not just an incomplete, although the same number of incompletions you have between these two. But, you can get a sack more easily on a medium pass. So if you need larger chunks of yardage or just as a surprise, and then, what is a screen? It's a low risk, medium reward pass, good against a blitz and defenses that are clogging the middle, like a 4-6, that are designed to stop the run. And then obviously a draw is going to be good against the blitz as well. So you can use these I envision each team having a set. So offense and defense together would be a set. And then, you have them separated out as offense and defense. And then when you're playing, obviously, some of these goal line is only going to come into play at the goal line if you want to run a goal line defense. But most of the time, you're just going to have, prevent is the same way as a super specialized sort of play that you're only going to run at certain times. On the auto one, I only have it on third down and long. So that's where I have the prevent defense, which is great. The prevent is great against the deep pass. and okay against the medium pass, but everything else, basically, you're going to give up some yardage because it's meant to be sort of a shell defense that keeps everything in front of it. So you're going to give up yardage, but you're just not going to give up the big play most of the time. So those are going to be included in the game. And if you do want to play head to head, then that's a way that you can play head to head and still be able to hide your plays. That way, you might both put them down. I don't know, just a sample would be okay. So the offense is going to call this one, the defense is going to call this one, and then 1, 2, 3, let's turn them over, and then you can see what each other called. Use the defensive effects. So a run outside against a 4-3 is going to be a 0 on the adjustment, and then you roll. Right. So that's how I envision that going for. I'm calling these the formation cards. So the formation cards, each team would have a set of offense and defense, and then whether you're on offense or defense, you'd be flipping those to start the play. So instead of rolling here, or instead of just merely calling out a play, if you're playing by yourself and then rolling against the offense or defense, you would each flip a card. I could even envision 2-on-2. So each team has an offensive coordinator and each team has a defensive coordinator. There's a little bit more cat and mouse about looking at, what plays are going to work against you. And for both teams to know that the weakness of the 4-3 is a deep pass, you can guard yourself against that a little bit if you're running a defense. And you're going to want to throw deep passes or medium passes against a 4-3 defense. But if they come out and they start busting out the nickel defense in situations where you think you're going to, get one by them, then, all of a sudden you go from a +4 to a -4. And so there's a little bit more cat and mouse and sort of learning tendencies of the other team. And it might be kind of cool to have 4 people to be able to do that. And you got one guy running the offense, one guy running the defense, and that happens for both teams. So that might be kind of a fun little thing as well. So that I haven't really considered before, but as I've been creating the game, thinking about how would this actually look in a head-to-head situation, and so I think that would be a really fun way to do it. Okay, in this game we are at halftime. It's 17-13 Bills. The Bills have scored. They scored at the end of the half. I know I played an extra series there that I shouldn't have played. So I just erased that series, and we're going to start off with Buffalo getting the ball in the second half. KC received. Buffalo won the toss, and so they've deferred to the second half, and they're going to receive in the second half. I'm going to start a new rolling pattern, so I'm going to roll the 2d6s first, get the plays. From the plays, I'm going to figure out the defensive adjustment. And then let's see, Buffalo is the visiting team, so this time I'm going to roll these 3 second. And then this is going to give me the player. And these 2 are going to get me the play off the play chart with the adjustment made. And so I think with this, I'm not going to write down the player or anything, but I am going to just sort of call out, okay, Singletary, it's a run for 6 yards. So I think if you wanted to do the player part, you could just roll these 3 on your second roll, or however you want to roll. If you want to roll the same d6 over and over, it doesn't matter, but I like to keep the visitor or the home sort of separated in my mind. But it doesn't do anything for the dice. You can just pick up whichever d6 is closest. so I'm going to try to get into that pattern here as we head into the second half. It's going to be a kickoff first, and it's going to be the home team, Kansas City, kicking off. An 8 is a 65-yard kickoff. That's going to go down to the goal line. So we're going to have a return here, and that's going to be a return 15 yards. So Buffalo is going to start at their own 15, and it'll be 1st and 10. Buffalo had it was a 7-yard TD pass. Excuse me, from Josh Allen to end the half, and that was where we stood, 17-13 now. So it's going to be a medium pass against a base blitz, or I'm sorry, against a base defense. So medium against a base defense is a +2. So let's see where we wind up. So the pass is going to go to Beasley, and a +2 is going to be an 8 on the medium pass, and that's going to be incomplete from Allen to Beasley. So it brings up second down and 10 from their own 15. 2 is going to be a short pass, and that's against a base defense. So again, both teams are running a 4-3 defense, you can see here. And then there's no advantage with the offense and defense, so we're playing everything just sort of straight up in this game. A base defense, a short pass against a base defense is a -2. So let's see what we wind up with. The pass is going to go to Beasley again, and this is going to be a 14 -2 is 12 on the short pass, which is going to be a gain for 7 yards. So Allen to Beasley for 7, and that's going to bring up third down and 3 from the 22, Buffalo 22. 3rd and 3, we're in this column here. So it's going to be a draw play against a nickel. And so the draw against a nickel is here, a +4 to the offense. So the draw play is going to be Allen on a quarterback draw. 11 + 4 is 15, and 15 is going to be a D6 + 8. So that's going to be a 9-yard run for Allen on 3rd down and 3. He gets 9, and that's going to be a 1st and 10. Takes the ball out to the 31-yard line of Buffalo. So nice 3rd down play there as they get it to the quarterback. You'll notice that Josh Allen is the number 2 rusher on this team. Singletary's got 3 opportunities, Allen with 2, and then Moss with 1 opportunity to run the ball. So definitely the top 2 runners on the offense were Singletary, the running back, and Allen, the quarterback. So a lot of design runs, so I don't feel so bad about slotting the quarterback in there. 1st and 10, it's going to be a screen pass against a base blitz. Screen against a base blitz is going to be a -1. So the defense will have some effect here. Screen pass is going to go to Sanders. I really wish I knew the offense a little bit better. I don't know if he's a wide receiver or tight end or what. I don't think he's a running back, so I think he's probably a wide receiver or tight end. So we got the screen, and that's going to be a 12, and the screen, it was a screen against a base blitz, right? So that's a -1. So 12 - 1 is 11 on the screen, and that's going to be here a D6 + 3. So that's going to be a 5-yard gain on the pass. Brings up 2nd down and 5 from the 36. 2nd and 5 from the 36. It'll be a medium pass against a base defense. That's going to be a +2 to the offense. And that pass is going to go to Beasley. 14 + 2 is 16 on the medium pass, and that'll be a D10 + 15, so a good chance for a chunk play here. 15 + 9 is 24, so a nice long gain there of 24. Brings up 1st and 10, and that's going to be at the 40-yard line of Kansas City as they cross midfield. So a nice drive to start the second half here for the Bills. This is going to be a short pass against a base blitz. So short against a base blitz is a -1. Pass is going to go to Beasley again, and this is going to be, it's like taking away this one, right? So 4 on a short pass, and that's going to be a pass defense. The pass defended by 6. Pass defended by, well, that's not right. We'll say Matthew. It doesn't really matter because I'm not doing this season, but just to make that correction. So the pass knocked down by Matthew, and it's going to be second down. 2nd and 10 from the Kansas City 40. So you can see that if you, however much detail you want to put in the game, you can put it in the game. If you don't care about some of these things, then don't use them. It's going to be a short pass against a base defense, and that will be a -2. So got the right defense here against the short pass. This is going to go to Diggs. It's going to be a 12 -2 is 10 on the short pass, and that's a D6 plus a D6. So 8 yards to Diggs on 2nd and 10, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 from the 32 of Kansas City. So getting into field goal range here. 3rd and 2, we're in this column. That's going to be a draw play against a base defense. And a draw against a base defense is a -2. So that's going to be another quarterback draw going back to the well. 9 -2, that's like a 7 on the draw. And that's going to be for no yards, as fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. They don't get fooled twice. That's going to be a run for 0 yards. Brings up 4th down and 2. From the Kansas City 32. That's going to make for a 49-yard kick. And we're going to go ahead and bring out the field goal unit for Buffalo as they get stalled at the Kansas City 32. We got our kicking here. And we're looking in the 40s. So anything from 3 to 10 is going to be good. It's a 7. And that is going to be a good field goal. So positive drive there for the first drive of the second half for Buffalo, as they have put up, they've actually put up 17 unanswered points as they hit the 49-yard field goal. And that makes the score 13-20. 2013, Buffalo over Kansas City. And they were down 13-3, have stormed back with 17 unanswered points. And let's see if Kansas City can counter with their first drive of the second half. They will take the ball 1st and 10 somewhere. And so we got the kickoff. I'll just show you the kickoff chart here so you can see this is the kickoff chart. Buffalo with a 4. 4 is going to be a touchback, and that's going to be automatically out to the 25. So Kansas City takes over at their own 25-yard line. 1st and 10. So Mahomes comes out onto the field and leads the Kansas City offense. Again, we're using this one for our home die. So this is the away die. This is the home die. So it's going to be a screen against a base defense, and that's going to be a 0. So the screen goes out to Tyreek Hill. So it's going to be a wide receiver screen. And it's a +0. So 16 on the screen is a D6 plus 15. So 18 yards on the screen as Hill gets by the first couple of blockers and turns on the burners. So it's going to be a pass for 18 yards. Nice chunk play. And that puts the ball at the 43. So at the Kansas City 43, and just like that, they're almost at midfield. This will be, again, 1st and 10, a screen pass again against a base defense. Same thing. And let's see if they have the same kind of success. This time it's going to go back to Hill, back to the well. 12 on the screen is going to be for 6 yards. So the pass for 6 brings up 2nd down and 4 from the Kansas City 49. Draw play there against the nickel. Draw play against the nickel is going to be a +4. So good chance for a big play here. And that draw play is going to be to Williams. And 5 + 4 is 9. 9 on the draw is going to be for 1 yard. So they were able to eke out 1 yard on the draw play. Brings up 3rd down and 3. And that is at the midfield line. So right at the 50-yard line, they need 3 yards. It's going to be third and short, and that will be they're going to take a shot deep against a base defense, and that's going to be a +4. So we got an opportunity here for Kansas City. Can they hit on the pass? So we need a +4. The pass is going to go to Mecole Hardman, and it's a 19 +4. That's going to push us off the chart here. So it's going to be some sort of penalty on the defense. Let's see what we got, a 5. So we look here on if our roll is greater than 20, and that's going to be an encroachment on the defense. So we're going to take the penalty, +5, and that's going to bring up a first down. So 1st and 10, it was 3rd and 3, so it's 1st and 10, and that's going to be at the 45 of Buffalo. 1st and 10 at the Buffalo 45. It's an inside run against a base blitz, and so we got a +3 here. I'm sorry, a -3. So this is going to be a run to Edwards-Helaire. 19 -3 is 16 on the inside run, and that's going to be a couple of D6s added together. So a 10-yard gain for Edwards-Helaire. Someone suggested that I have exploding dice, like when you get a double, that you get to roll again and sort of add on to that. Hear what you like. If you think that's a good idea, that might be something to add into the game too, or maybe a homebrew rule. 1st and 10. Kansas City at the Buffalo 35. Here is a short pass, and that's going to go against a base blitz, and so that's going to be a -1. So let's see if they can roll high enough here. Pass is going to go to Hill. This is a 10 -1. It's a 9 on a short pass, and that's going to be for 4 yards. So corralled near the line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up 2nd down and 6 from the Bills 31. Good drive here by Kansas City. Nice long drive to start the second half, and had a couple of big plays and a big penalty on 3rd down. 2nd down, it's going to be a deep ball, and that goes against the base defense. Against that's going to be a +4, and that ball is going to go to Williams. So we got a deep pass to the running back. Maybe he's running a little wheel route down the sideline or something. So we got a 6 +4 is a 10. A 10 on a deep pass is going to be for 15 yards. And so they get him out in space against a linebacker, and they pick up 15. That brings up 1st down and 10 from the 16-yard line of Buffalo as Kansas City. A really nice drive here in the to start out the second half. This will be an inside run against a base, and so that's going to be a -4. So as they try to push it up into the teeth of the defense, the run is to Gore, and what is that? 17 -4 is 13 on the run inside, and that's going to be for 5 yards. So a little bit of success there right against the teeth of the defense, and that brings up 2nd down and 5 from the 11. It is possible for Kansas City to get a 1st down without scoring. So we got 2nd and 5. That's a deep pass against a base defense. Again, a +4 there. So the pass is going to go to Kelce. Let's send Kelce down the middle. And this is going to be a 15 +4 is 19. 19 on the deep pass is an opportunity here for a big play. And that's 47. And so that's going to be good enough for the touchdown, as they only need to go 11 yards. So pass for 11 yards. That's going to be a TD to Kelce down the middle. And Kansas City gets the score. Let's go ahead and kick the extra point. Extra point is good, and Kansas City responds to the Buffalo field goal with an 11-yard TD. Mahomes to Kelce right down the gut, and that's going to even the score at 20 apiece. So 20 all, as we make our way to the midway point of the third quarter. This is going to be a kickoff 5. So the 5 is going to be a touchback. And that gives Buffalo the ball. Let me mark that down. Buffalo takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25. So Buffalo with the draw against a base defense, and that's going to be a -2. Let's get our offense out on the field. So a draw play to Singletary, and it's a 6 -2, so it's like a 4 on the draw play, and that's going to be in negative yards. So minus whatever a D6 is. Ooh, -6 on the play. So the Kansas City defense not fooled by that draw play. This will be -6. And that's going to bring up 2nd down and 16 at the 19-yard line for Buffalo. All right, so because we're in 2nd and long, we've got to read from this column here. So that's going to be a medium pass against a nickel defense. This going to be tough sledding maybe. Well, it's a 0. So chance here, as long as I get a nice high roll. Pass is going to go to Sanders, and that'll be for 17. 17 on a medium pass is a D6 plus 20, so a good opportunity here for a nice gain. That's 21 yards on the pass from Allen to Sanders, and that's going to be a 1st down and 10 from the 39-40 of Buffalo. So a nice recovery there, Mav, and that's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Buffalo Bills. This is a short pass against a base defense, and that's a -2 on the defense adjustment. And it's a pass to Beasley again. 8 -2 is 6, and 6 on the short pass is an incomplete pass. So pass incomplete. That brings up 2nd down and 10 from the Buffalo 40. Make sure we still got our microphone there. Last time in the game, I lost my microphone when I did something, and just didn't sound very good toward the end of the game. So 2nd down and 10. This is going to be a draw play against a base defense, and that's going to be a -2. So let's see what we got. Draw play is going to go to Singletary. That's a 6 on the draw play, and that is for -1 yard. So Kansas City stiffening up their defense here, especially on this drive, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 9. So 3rd and long from the 41-yard line of Buffalo. 3rd and 9. So we're back inside this column here. That's going to be a medium pass against a base defense, and that's a +2 to the offense. So the pass is going to go to Beasley, and an 11. The medium pass is +2, right? So 11-13 on the medium pass will be for 12 yards, and that's going to be enough for the 1st down as he gets just past the sticks. So good connection there. Allen to Beasley for 12 yards, and that will be a 1st down pickup. So that's going to put us at the 47. The 47 of Kansas City as they cross midfield. Buffalo on the move, their 2nd drive of the 3rd quarter. And it's going to be a screen pass against a base defense. That's a 0, so no defensive effect. And the screen is going to go to Diggs, so a little wide receiver screen out there. 17 is the roll, and that's going to be a D6 plus 20. Sorry, they're not that one. So 23 on the little wide receiver slip screen out there. So nice play call. brings up 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line of Kansas City. Buffalo driving, and this game headed toward, I think, an exciting conclusion. We'll see who can make the most stops here at the end of the game. It's going to be a draw play against a base blitz, and that's going to lead to a -1. So defense with the upper hand here. The draw play is going to be to Allen again, quarterback draw. 16 minus 1 is 15 on the draw, and that's going to be a D6 plus 8. So Allen with the 10-yard run, and that's going to be a first down. So eating up first downs here on this drive as they get down to the Kansas City 14-yard line inside the red zone now. We could play with their red zone attribute, which would give them a +1. So let's go ahead and do that. And who are we? First down, that's going to be a screen against a base defense. So screen against a base defense, we're actually going to, with our red zone attribute, we're going to add a +1. So it's going to be a +1 on the play to Buffalo. So a 3, that'll be a screen to Beasley. 9, 10 on the screen, and a 10 is going to be a +3 yards. So pass for 3 yards as Kansas City plays that one pretty well. Brings up 2nd down and 7 from the 11-yard line. And as long as they're in the red zone, we're going to keep giving Buffalo that +1. So 2nd down and 7 is here. It's going to be a deep pass against the base defense. Deep pass against the base defense is going to be a +4. Really, that's going to be a +5, right? Because we give them the extra one. So good opportunity here. That's going to be a 3. This goes to Beasley. So a 9 plus 5 is going to be 14. 14 on the deep pass is going to be for 22 yards. And bam, bam, Buffalo comes back with the 11-yard TD pass of their own. And that's going to be to put them in the lead, 26-20, and they're going to kick the extra point. Extra point is good, and so Buffalo comes right back with their own 11-yard TD reception. That's going to be Allen to Beasley for the touchdown. 27-20 is our score. Buffalo over Kansas City, and let's have our kickoff. Kickoff is a 1. A 1 is going to be 67 yards. So that's going to go 2 yards deep into the end zone. We did run roll a 10 here on the return. The return is going to be 2 D10s together. So we are going to go ahead and run that out. So we put these, roll them and combine them. And there's an opportunity here for a big gain. Because it's 2 yards deep in the end zone, there's no chance to run it back. But that's going to be a 70-yard run back. So 68 takes it down to the 32-yard line of Buffalo. So that's going to be a big play for KC as they take over 1st and 10 at the Buffalo 32. So right away, they're in enemy territory and in scoring position with one play. So Kansas City offense comes out onto the field. Still trying to think about how to run the time of possession. If I were playing the attributes the whole time, I think I would take off one possession for the opponent team. So Kansas City has a time of possession attribute. And that would mean instead of 3 possessions per quarter, Buffalo would only get 2 possessions per quarter. I think that's how I would play that. And I just have to think through some of those things. So 2, before it was a little bit more straightforward because it had to do with +1s and things like that. So I just had to think through that. Kansas City 1st and 10 at the Buffalo 32. They're going to be running a medium pass against the base blitz. That's going to be a +1 to the offense. Pass is going to go to Tyreek Hill. That's a 5 + 1 is a 6 on a medium pass, and that's going to be a quarterback hurry. So pass is incomplete. 2nd and 10. And that's Addison with the hurry, the quarterback hurry for Buffalo. 2nd and 10 now from the Buffalo 32. Kansas City is going to run a screen pass. That's going to be against a base blitz. Screen against the base blitz is a -1. And the screen is going to go to Tyreek Hill, a little wide receiver screen again. 2 + 1 is 3. 3 on the screen is going to be a sack on the play. So that's for -4 yards. Brings up 3rd down and 14. Just indicate a sack. 3rd down and 14 from the 36 of Buffalo, and Kansas City going backwards as Mahomes takes the sack there. It'll be 3rd down and long, 3rd and 14. They're running a deep pass, and that's going to be against a nickel. So the deep pass against the nickel is going to be a -4. So it's going to be some tough sledding. Pass goes to Tyreek Hill as Mahomes lets it go. 10 - 4 is 6. 6 on the deep pass is going to be incomplete as Kansas City covers that one. Buffalo covers that one up. It's going to be 4th down and 14 from the Buffalo 36. So after the huge 70-yard run back on the kickoff, the offense stalls out completely. Goes 3 and out. And this is going to be a 53-yard kick. 56 was Butker's long, and so Butker, I think. So he's within his range for sure. So 53 yards on the kick, and we're looking here in the 50+ column. This is going to be Kansas City kicking. That's a 10. That's going to be good all day. So that is a good field goal from 53. So Kansas City does salvage some points, although not exactly what they were hoping for, a 53-yard field goal try. 23-27, Buffalo over Kansas City. And we've got, let's see, 1, 2. Each team has 1 possession left in the 3rd quarter. So as the 3rd quarter winds down, we're going to get our kickoff. Kansas City with a 3. That's going to be a touchback. So Buffalo will take over at their own 25. 1st and 10 for the Bills. And let's see what they got here at the end of the 3rd quarter. Last opportunity in the 3rd quarter for Buffalo. It's going to be a medium pass against a base defense. That's a +2. The pass is going to go to, well, let's get the offense out there. Pass is going to go to Stefon Diggs. And this will be a 10. 10 + 2 is 12. 12 on the medium pass is a D10 +5. So that's going to be a 7-yard gain to Stefon Diggs. 7 yards. Brings up 2nd down and 3 from the 32-yard line of Buffalo. Second and short. This will be a screen pass against the base blitz, and that's a -1. So defense applying pressure on the screen pass. Screen is going to go to Beasley. 9 - 1 is 8. So an 8 on a screen pass is 0 yards. He gets dropped at the line of scrimmage. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. Nice play by Kansas City at the 32. Buffalo also in danger of stalling out here. So 3rd and 2 is going to be an outside run against a dime defense. Should be good. There's a +4 here. to the offense. So let's see if they can get a high enough roll to do something. That's going to be a run. Allen on the outside with the keeper. A 4 plus a 4 is an 8. 8 on the outside run is 2 yards, and they come up short on that outside run as he tries to go off tackle, and it's going to bring down a 4th and 1 situation at their own 34. Definitely not going to go for it here as they have the lead 27-23. They're going to punt the ball away. So on the punt, it's a 2. 2 is going to be just a 25-yard punt. So 25 yards knocks it down to the 59 to the 41 of Kansas City. They have a 7. So that's a 20-yard return. So 41, and then that brings it back. 9 plus 11 down to the 39 of Buffalo. So Kansas City takes over at the Buffalo 39, 1st and 10, and their kicking game or their return game has been really good. Really good in this one, at least the last couple of possessions. So just a 25-yard punt, a little bit of a shank, and that gets returned 20 yards. So only a net 5 on the punt, which was kicked from the 34. So that's another way to think about it. So 25 this way, 20 this way, you only go 5 yards. So it's not so good for Buffalo as Kansas City takes over 1st and 10 at the Buffalo 39. This is going to be a medium pass against the base defense, and that's going to be a +2 to the Kansas City offense. Pass is going to go to Knox, the tight end, and that's going to be a 7 plus 2 is 9 on the medium pass, and that is a completion for 8 yards right up the seam, and Allen puts it on him for 8 yards. 2nd down and 2, or I'm sorry, that was Mahomes to Kelsey, probably, who's a 5 for them. 5 is Hardman, Mecole Hardman. So a pass for 8 yards. That brings up 2nd and 2 from the 31-yard line of the Bills. Kansas City trying to pick up a 1st down and put in a score to take the lead. This is the wrong die. Okay. 2nd down and 2. They're running an outside run against a nickel defense. That's going to be a +4. So good play call by Andy Reid. That'll be Mahomes taking it to the outside. That's going to be a 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 on the outside run is going to be the roll of a D6. And just 1 yard on the gain as Mahomes gets stuffed at the line of scrimmage. That's going to be 3rd down and 1 from the 30-yard line of Buffalo. 3rd and 1, that's going to be a short pass against a base defense, and that will be a -2 to the Kansas City offense. We'll see if that makes any difference here. The pass goes to Tyreek Hill. 11 minus 2 is a 9 on the short pass. That's a gain of 4 yards. So Hill gets just past the sticks on a little out route for 4 yards, and Mahomes sticks it in there for the 1st down. And that will move the chains. That puts the ball at the 26-yard line of Buffalo and brings up a 1st down for Kansas City. That's a 4. That's an inside run against a base defense is a -4. So right into the heart of that Buffalo defense. This is a run for Edwards-Helaire. 12 minus 4 is 8. And an 8 on the inside run is going to be for 1 yard. So Kansas City gets stuffed, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 9 from the 25 of Buffalo. 2nd down and 9. Kansas City runs the screen pass against the base defense, and that's going to be a 0. So this roll is straight up. The screen goes to Tyreek Hill again. And that's going to be a 10. Let's see. 10 on a straight up roll with the screen pass is for 3 yards. So Hill gets bottled up at near the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a pass for 3 yards, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 6 from the 22-yard line of Buffalo. Kansas City driving as they started inside the Buffalo territory. 3rd down and short. 3rd and medium. 3rd and 6. It's going to be a deep pass. They're going to take a shot here against the dime defense. Not a good idea, as that's going to be a -4 against the deep pass. And so let's see if Kansas City can have a big roll here, which is what they're going to need. 14 is maybe good enough. That pass is going to go to Williams. Again, trying to get him out of the backfield, down the field against a linebacker. 10 minus 4 is going to be a 10. And on a deep pass, a 10 is going to be for 15 yards. And so they just get into the completion zone. So that's going to be a 15-yard gain for Kansas City. And that brings up 1st and 10, or actually 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. So we use our goal line offensive play calling here. 1st and goal from the 7. Kansas City inside the Buffalo 10. And they're going to run a little screen play against the base blitz. And a screen against the base blitz is a -1. Screen goes out to Kelsey, a little tight end screen over the middle, which is an interesting call at the goal line, as Kansas City is wont to do. Screen against the blitz is a -1, so 12 on the screen is going to be a gain of 6 yards, and that's going to get them down to the 1, and that will be 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. 2nd and short. They're going to run a short pass, and this is against a base defense. Short pass against a base defense is a -2. We'll see how that affects the play. And the pass goes to Tyreek Hill, so out to the outside. An 11 minus 2 is a 9. And a 9 on a short pass is going to be for 4 yards, and that's going to net another touchdown. So that goes for 1 yard as they get the 1-yard TD pass to Tyreek Hill from Patrick Mahomes. So KC, a couple back-to-back scores here. So 1, 2, 3. So this is the last play. That's the last play of the 3rd quarter. Let's see if they hit the extra point. They do. And that's going to make the score 30-27 as they get the 1-yard TD pass. So that ends our 3rd quarter. And 27-30, 30-27, KC takes the lead again as they lost the lead, or gained the lead, lost the lead. Now they've taken it back. A little bit of a seesaw battle here in Arrowhead Stadium. We have 1 quarter of football left. Each team gets 3 possessions. And we will see how this is all going to play out. Looks like a barn burner of a game. Don't need this one. Let's do the kickoff. Kickoff is Kansas City. That's a 5. That's going to be a touchback. And 1st down and 10, Buffalo at their own 25. They have been starting at their own 25 pretty much the whole game, and at the long field here. So Buffalo with the medium pass against a base defense, that's going to be a +2 for the Bills. So Allen is throwing to whom? Let's get the Buffalo offense on the field. Allen is throwing to Diggs on this play. That's going to be an 18. An 18 on a medium pass. 18 plus 2 is 20. So we're going to have a chance for a huge play here, as we're going to roll these two D10 dice and see how this goes. This is going to be a 57-yard pass completion. Allen to Diggs for 57, and that is really a field changer. So that's going to be putting it at the 75, 82. 82 is the 18-yard line of Kansas City, and just like that, the field has thoroughly been flipped as Buffalo takes over. They don't take over, but they continue 1st and 10 from the Kansas City 18, threatening to take the lead again, or at least tie. We got a 1 against a 1. That's going to be a draw against a base blitz, and that's going to be a -1 to the defense. So on the draw play, it's Moss with the 6 on the draw play. 6 on the draw play is going to be a -1. Kansas City sniffs that one out, and that's going to be 2nd down and 11 now from the 19 as they lose one inside the red zone. You'll notice I'm not playing the red zone again. I've not really been playing with the attributes. Just kind of slips my mind most of the time. Screen against the base, and that's going to be a 0. So this is a straight up roll. The screen goes out to Beasley, and this is going to be a 16 on the screen. That is a D6 plus 15. They have to go 19 for a touchdown. So if this is a 4, that's a score. And it's not. And so 17-yard gain, though, on the pass is going to make it 1st down and goal at the 2-yard line for Buffalo. Let's get our goal line chart out. First and goal for the Bills. They're running an inside run against the goal line defense. So we got our goal line defense. Inside run, that's going to be a -4 as they try to stuff it in there. And let's see how successful they are. The run goes to Singletary, straight up the gut. 15 minus 4 is 11. 11 on the inside run is going to be the D6 plus 2 yards. So 6-yard gain, and that's going to be good enough for a TD. So even though they're running right up the gut against the goal line, they get good blocking, and that's going to be a 2-yard touchdown run for Singletary as the Bills retake the lead with their first possession of the 4th quarter. And 2-yard TD run. And let's see, are they going to make the extra point? They do. It's going to be a 4. So that makes it 34-30. 34-30 Buffalo. And that did not take long. The long bomb to Stefon Diggs, 57 yards. And that set up that 2-yard touchdown run. Good back and forth. This is exactly the kind of game that I thought it would be. Plenty of scoring with a couple of high-scoring offenses. They're both top 10 offenses and top 10 defenses, but obviously offense, it's an offensive league. So this is about what we expect from them back and forth. The kickoff, let's just do the kickoff first. So that's going to be 4. That's a touchback. So Kansas City will take over at their own 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. They are down 34-30 and are looking to drive the field here. Let's see. We got a draw against a base defense. That's going to be a -2. So the draw play goes to, let's get the offense out there again. Draw play goes to Edwards-Helaire. Draw play is -2, so 15 minus 2 is 13 on the draw, and that's going to be a roll of a D10. That roll is a 2. So not much going on that run play. Brings up second down and 8 at the Kansas City 27. Here is a 6. That's going to be a screen play against a base defense, and that will be a 0. So no advantage nor disadvantage. The screen goes to Kelsey. A 13 on the screen is going to be 2 D10s added together. So let's see. So that's a 12-yard gain to Kelsey as they get the tight end screen. And that will be plus 12. That's a first down and 10 from the spotting the ball at the 39 now of Kansas City as they get a first down. Screen against a base blitz is going to be a -1. The screen goes to McCole Hardman, and 15 minus 1 is 14 on the screen. That's a D10 plus 8. So that goes for 9 yards. Brings up second down and 1 from the 48-yard line of Kansas City. Second down and 1. This is going to be a short pass against a base defense, and that's a -2. So we'll see how that plays out here. Short pass goes to Williams out of the backfield, and this is 11 minus 2 is 9 on the short pass. That's good for 4 yards as Mahomes hits the running back out of the backfield for a short gain, but that's enough for a first down and moves the chains. Now moving to the 48-yard line of Buffalo as they cross midfield. First and 10, Kansas City. This is going to be a medium pass against a base blitz, and that's going to be +1. Medium pass against a base blitz. The pass is going to go to Hardman. 14 plus 1 is 15, and that puts us with 2 D10s. Added together, that's a 13-yard gain. Mahomes to Hardman. And brings up first down and 10 from the 35 of Buffalo. So that's going to be a draw play against a base defense, and that'll be a -2 as Kansas City is all over that one. The draw play goes to, it's Patrick Mahomes on the quarterback draw, and a 7 minus 2 is a 5. 5 on the draw play is going to be for -2 yards as tried to sneak Mahomes by them, and that did not happen on that play. Brings up second down and 12 from the 37 of Buffalo. Second and long here, so it's going to be a screen pass against a dime defense. Got a chance here. That's going to be +2 to the offense. The screen pass goes out to Tyreek Hill. 17 plus 2 is 19, so a chance for a big play here. D6, and then we're going to combine them. So like this roll would be a 16, or if it was Buffalo, it would be a 61, not a 7. Okay, so we're going to combine these two and see what happens. That's a 26-yard gain, and that will be a screen pass, I believe. Yes, it was a screen pass to, I don't remember who. Hill? Screen pass to Hill. And that's going to go for 26 yards. Because it's the home team, I use this as the 10s die, and this is the 1s. So a 26. Otherwise, if this was Buffalo, it would be 62, which would be a great run. I mean, a great play. First and 10. And that takes the ball down to the 11. So first and 10 can still technically get a first down without a touchdown. This is going to be a draw play against a base defense, and that's going to be a -2. So the defense makes a good play. This will be Gore on the draw play. 10 minus 2 is 8. 8 on the draw is going to be for 0 yards. So Kansas City can't get past the line of scrimmage, and Buffalo stuffs it up the middle. That brings up second down and 10 from the 11-yard line. Buffalo looking to make a stand here. They're up 34-30 here in the this is Kansas City's first possession of the third quarter, early in the fourth. I'm sorry. So 2nd down and 10. This will be an outside run against a nickel, and that's going to be a +4. So let's see if Kansas City can take this and put it in the end zone. The run is to Williams on the outside. 3 + 4 is 7. 7 on an outside run, that's going to be 0. So thankfully, choosing the right play kept them out of at least negative yardage or fumble. So that's going to be a rush for 0 yards and brings up 3rd down and 10. Tried to get to the outside, and Buffalo was up to it. Too speedy out there. All right, 3rd down and 10. It's going to be a medium pass, and that's going to go against the nickel defense. Going to be tough sledding here. It's a straight up roll and no advantage to the offense. Pass goes to Tyreek Hill. That's going to be an 18 on a medium pass, is a D6 times 2, and this is going to be a touchdown, I think. That's an 11-yard play, and that will be a pass as they reach out across the goal line. That's Tyreek Hill as he gets down the sideline. He reaches out across the goal line, hits the pylon, and that's going to be good for a Kansas City touchdown. As Kansas City answers Buffalo on their 2-yard TD run with their own touchdown. So this is the extra point. That wasn't very good. Okay. Extra point is good. And so KC comes back with an 11-yard TD pass. That makes it 37-34 Kansas City. Each team with 2 more possessions in the fourth quarter in the game. This game moving right along. Oh, sorry about that. I hit the mic. Here's the kickoff. This is from Kansas City. That's a 4. 4 is going to be a touchback. And so Buffalo is going to take over at their own 25. 1st and 10, Bills. Let's get their offense out on the field. And Buffalo's going to run a draw play against the base defense. That's going to be a -2. So they're going to need kind of a high roll here. It's going to be Singletary on the draw play. 16 - 2 is 14 on the draw. That's a D6 + 5. So a 7-yard gain on the running play on 1st down. Brings up 2nd down and 3 from their own 32. Buffalo looking to go down and take the lead. Take the lead back from Kansas City. They run it's 2nd down and short. They run the medium pass against the base defense, and that's going to be a +2 to the offense. Wow, that went far. +2 to the offense. This is a pass to the tight end. 18 + 2 is 20. On a medium pass is a chance for another big play right down the middle of the field. And this is going to be 25 yards to the tight end from Allen to Knox, as they've had some pretty good chunk plays in the last couple of drives. So that's 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line of Kansas City as they cross over midfield. So a nice play there from Allen to Knox, and they get the big gainer. This will be another medium pass against a base defense, and again a +2. This one goes to Beasley. So Allen to Beasley. This is 19 + 2. That's going to go actually into the penalties. So we roll against our penalty. It's a 5. And that's going to be another encroachment on the defense. So that's going to be a penalty for 5 yards. Brings up 1st and 5 from the 38 of Kansas City. So Kansas City penalty there. And 1st down and 5 for Buffalo. Buffalo with the inside run against the base defense. That's a good call. That's going to be actually not a good call. I'm sorry. A -4, so right up against the KC defense. The rush is to Allen, who takes it up the middle, and a 2 -4 is going to go the opposite direction. So this is going to be a penalty on the Buffalo offense. That'll be a holding call. So we're going to call -10 on that. So they go forward 5, they go -10, and that brings up first down and 15 from the 38. Oh, I'm sorry, not the 38. That can't be possible. From the 48. So still on the Kansas City side of the field, but now first and 15. So first and long will be coming out of this column. They're going to run a screen pass against a base defense. Screen against a base is going to be no adjustment. So the screen goes to Beasley for 19. 19 is going to be a D10 plus 15. So a chance for a big gainer here. That's going to go for 23 yards. So the wide receiver screen for 23 yards nets them a first down, and that takes the ball down to the 25-yard line of Kansas City. So huge play there on a first and long for Buffalo. Outside run against a base blitz. That's going to be a -1. So the run goes to Singletary on the outside. 16 -1 is 15, and that's a couple of D6s added. We'll see where that takes them. A 3, just a 3-yard run on the outside. Brings up second down and 7 from the 22 of Kansas City. Buffalo looking to drive and get a score to put them at least tied, if not ahead. They run on second and less than 10. That's going to be a draw play against a nickel defense. Pretty good call. That's a +4. The run goes to Moss, and that's a 19 on the draw play. D10 plus 15. So a 17-yard gain on the draw play. And that puts the ball first and goal, at the 5-yard line of Kansas City. Let's see if Kansas City has a hold in them here, as they are still leading 37-34. This feels like a who has the ball last kind of game. Let's see, we got that roll there, but should use our goal line. First down and 10. It's going to be an inside run against a base defense, and that's going to be a -4. So let's see if they can get a high enough roll here on this inside run. 4 is going to be Allen right up the gut, maybe a quarterback sneak or a little quarterback run right up the gut. 11 -4 is going to be a 7. 7 on an inside run is for 0 yards. Brings up second down and goal from the 5. Second and goal, that's going to be an outside run against the goal line defense, and that'll be a -2 to the offense. So the run is to Moss on the outside. 11 -2 is 9, and a 9 on the outside run is good for 4 yards. That's going to get them closer, but not in, as they get down to the 1-yard line. Can't quite stick it in, and so that's going to be third down and goal from the 1. And does Kansas City have a little goal line stand in them? Third and short will be a short pass against a base blitz. And that's going to be a -1 to the offense. And can Buffalo complete the pass? The pass goes to Beasley. A 9. 9 -1 is 8. 8 on the short pass is good for 3 yards, as they just get into the completion range, and Allen to Beasley for 1 yard is going to be the touchdown. as Buffalo answers with their own TD. That is their second possession of the fourth quarter. Let's see, do they make the kick? They do. And so Buffalo comes right back with a 1-yard TD pass. And that's going to be 41-37. And I'm telling you, this one's coming down to who can make a stop. So Kansas City will get their second possession of the fourth quarter. So let's do the kickoff. A couple of high-powered offenses here. Great game. And in today's modern NFL, this is sort of how it turns out. The kickoff is from Buffalo, and they are going to kick it into the end zone and out of the end zone. So that's going to be 1st and 10 at the Kansas City 25. Not a goal line situation, just normal. And let's get the Chiefs out on the field. Normally, like I said, I would have these stacked like this so I could see everybody, but for presentation purposes, this is how I'm doing it. Maybe you want to do it this way as well. That way everybody can see what their defensive sort of adjustment numbers on offense and defense are. And then also, we have all of the Kansas City players here. All right, 1st and 10. We really only need these two. Let's do that. Kansas City with the outside run, that's going to go against the base blitz, and that is a -1 to the offense. The run is Williams off tackle, and that's a 9 on the outside run, is good for 4 yards. So nice gain on 1st down, as that brings up 2nd down and 6 from the Kansas City 29. Oh, I wrote 49. From the Kansas City 29, 2nd down and 6. A deep pass, so Mahomes is going to go deep against the base defense. That's a +4. Who's he throwing it to? He's throwing it to Tyreek Hill, of course, and that's a 12 + 4 is 16. 16 on the deep pass is a good opportunity here. So D10 +25. Yes, D10 +25, so that's a 28-yard gain. On 2nd and 6, they take a shot deep downfield, and that's a 28-yard gain. Brings up 1st down and 10 from the 43, I believe, of Buffalo as they cross midfield. So some huge plays here in the game on some deep passes from both Allen and Mahomes. Brings up 1st down. That's a short pass against the base blitz, and that'll be a -1 to the offense. The pass goes to Williams out of the backfield. That's a 14 on a short pass, and that's a D6 +7. So 12-yard gain goes to the running back out of the backfield. Brings up another 1st down. That's going to take the ball down to the 31. Down to the Buffalo 31. Kansas City driving yet again. They find themselves down the 41-37. This is their second drive, so not their final drive. This isn't all there is. 1st and 10 from the 31. We got a couple of 6s here. That's going to be a screen pass against a base blitz, and that will be a -1 for the offense. The screen pass goes to Tyreek Hill. 14 -1 is 13, and that's going to put us at a couple of D10s added together for the screen pass. So that's a 10 + 1. When I'm adding, the 0 is a 10. When I'm combining, the 0 is a 1. So that's an 11-yard gain. On 1st down, brings up 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line of Buffalo. So nice little slip screen out there for the wide receiver. 1st and 10, that'll be a draw play. against the base defense, and that's going to be a -2 for the offense. So it's to Gore, and that's a 7. So a 7 on the draw play is going to go for 0 yards. Buffalo plays that one well. No yards gained on first down, brings up second down and 10 at the 20. Kansas City trying to take the lead. They need a touchdown for the lead, and field goal gets them within 1. So second down, that's going to be a draw play against a base defense, and that's a -2 to the offense. So Buffalo stiffening up a little bit here. The draw play goes to Williams. That's going to be a 9 on the draw, and that's good for 1 yard. So very modest gain on second down, brings up 3rd and 9 from the 19-yard line of Buffalo. Kansas City needs a big play here. Keep the drive alive. This 2 3s, so 3rd and between 1 and 10 is going to be a medium pass against a base defense, and that's a +2 to the offense. So good play call here by Andy Reid. Pass is going to go to Kelsey. That's a 12. 12 plus, what do we say? We said a medium pass, right? 12 plus 2 is 14. 14 on the medium pass is for 15 yards. And that gets them down near the goal line. So a nice play to Travis Kelsey. Brings up 1st and 10 from the, actually 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. So let's flip over to our goal line offense and plays. 1st and goal for Kansas City from the 4. A short pass against a base defense is going to be a -2 to the offense. Pass goes to Williams out of the backfield. That's be a 13. 13 minus 2 is 12. That's not right. 13 minus 2 is 11. Okay. All right. Moving too fast. 13 minus 2 is 11 on the short pass. And that is going to be 2 D6s together added. So if they equal 4 or more, that's a touchdown. They get 5. And that is going to be a nice little pass to the running back out of the backfield for 4 yards. So Patrick Mahomes answers the bell yet again, and Kansas City drives down the field. Let's see if they get the extra point. They do not. The extra point is missed. Oh, my goodness. And it is possible. They have missed some extra points. Oh, wow. That is a huge play. Okay. So that changes the game a little bit. Buffalo will take over, but that's going to be a 4-yard TD pass from Mahomes to Williams. That makes the score 43-41. They needed that extra point to keep the game at 3. Now a field goal beats you, and that that tightens things up a little bit. So let's get the kickoff here. Kickoff is a 10. 10 is only a 60-yard kickoff, so that will be taken at the 5-yard line. A 3, only a 15-yard return, so not a great return. Buffalo will be taking over at their own 20-yard line. 1st and 10. All right, last possession of the game for the Bills. They've got to come down and score, or this one is over. So I'm not going to give Kansas City. If the Bills don't score here, then I'm just going to call it. Buffalo, let's see, double check everything. 1, 2. This will be their 3rd possession. Kansas City's had 2, just making sure, because I screwed that up in the first half. So Buffalo, this is time. They're starting at their own 20, 80 yards to go. They need, well, they don't have to go 80, but they need to at least kick a field goal. So they're going to need some yardage here. And let's see what Josh Allen and the offense can do. 1st down, this is going to be an outside run against a base defense, and that's a +0. The run goes to Singletary, I believe. So it's a 2. Excuse me, the run goes to Singletary. That's going to be a 7. 7 on the outside run is going to go for 0 yards. As there was no advantage or disadvantage there, that brings up 2nd down and 10 from the Bills' 20. Looking to get some offense. They need a score, and they need to get down the field. This is going to be a screen pass against a base defense, and that'll also be a 0. So Kansas City playing tough here on defense with the game on the line. The screen goes to Sanders. That's going to be a 16. 16 on the screen is going to be a D6 plus 15. So that is a 20-yard gain on the screen pass. Nice play. And that will bring up 1st down and 10 from the Buffalo 40. Maybe that'll get the Buffalo offense going. We'll see. This is an inside run against a base blitz, and that's going to be a -3. Not sure that that's advised, but we'll see. A 3 is a run to Singletary right up the gut. 12 minus 3 is a 9, and a 9 on the inside run is -2 as they get stuffed at the line of scrimmage for a short gain. And that's going to be 2nd down and 8 at the 42-yard line. Again, the computer, the AI calling plays here for both teams, so this is not me deciding. This is just letting the dice decide. 2nd down and 8. Buffalo from their own 42. They need probably at least, I would think, 20 or 30 more yards to get into field goal range. So let's see if they got that in them. Short pass against a nickel defense, and that's going to be a +1 to the offense. So let's see if they can take advantage. +1 to the offense. The pass is to Sanders. 14 plus 1 is 15 on the short pass. Short pass is D10 plus 7. So that's going to be a 3. That's a 10-yard gain. It's going to move the sticks. Pass for 10 yards is 1st and 10 now at the Kansas City 48. All right, the tension is mounting in this one. Remember, Kansas City has the final drive of the game, so if Buffalo does score, Kansas City has one more opportunity to go down and score, and Buffalo has not really stopped them here in the second half. 1st and 10, this is going to be a medium pass against a base blitz, and that's a +1 to the offense. As Kansas City sends the blitz, pass is going to Sanders. It's a 15 plus 1 is 16 on the medium pass, and that's going to be a D10 plus 15. So let's see it here. That's an 18-yard gain as Kansas City gambles on the blitz, and they come up short as they can't get to Allen before he gets it out to Sanders for the 1st down. That's going to take the ball down to the 30-yard line, well within field goal range now, but looking to put the dagger in the heart of Kansas City. If they score a touchdown, they would, and get the extra point, they would lead by, well, either way, even if they don't get the extra point, if they score a touchdown, they're going to be ahead by more than a field goal. So Kansas City really needs to stop here. 1st and 10, this will be a draw play against a base blitz, and that's going to be a -1. The draw play is to Moss. A 6 minus 1 is 5. 5 on the draw is going to be for -2 yards. So Kansas City all over that draw play. That's a -2 gain and brings up 2nd down and 12 from the 32. Not the direction Allen and the Bills are hoping to go. A 1 on 2nd and long. That's going to be a screen pass against a nickel defense. So that's going to be a +2 to the offense. +2 to the offense. The screen pass goes to Beasley. So a little wide receiver screen. 11 plus 2 is 13. 13 on the screen is going to be a roll of a D10. So let's see what they get. That's going to be a 9-yard gain. So a really nice gain on that screen pass. So brings up 3rd down and 3, makes this one really manageable. And that is to the 23-yard line. Okay, so they're down to the KC 23. It is 3rd down and 3 to go. What do Allen and the Bills have here? So it's going to be a medium pass as they take a shot here against the base defense. That's a +2, so they get a real opportunity here. Allen back to pass. He's throwing to Beasley. And +2, 10 + 2 is 12. 12 on the medium pass is going to be a D10 +5. So it's all on the roll here. And that's going to be a 9-yard gain. So they get the first down. And right over the middle for a first down, they move the sticks. That's going to put the ball at the 14-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the KC 14. 6 is a screen. That's going to go against the base defense. Screen against the base defense is no advantage or disadvantage. It's going to go to Stephon Diggs. A 19 on the screen is going to be a big play here, and that's going to be a touchdown as Diggs gets by them. 23 is definitely higher than 14, so they get in for the 14-yard TD, and just like that, the Bills take a lead. And let's see if they can make the extra point. They do, and that is going to put KC in a tight spot as Buffalo with yet another touchdown. What was that? 14-yard TD on the screen pass from Josh Allen to Stephon Diggs. Diggs gets past first defender and gets down the sideline for a touchdown. And the KC crowd is stunned as they were hoping that the defense would stand up. 48-43 now. A shootout, a barn burner, tons of scoring in the second half. And so if you like scoring, this has been your game in the second half. Let's get a little kickoff here. It is Buffalo kicking off. They have a 5. 5 is going to be a touchback. And so KC is going to have to go the long field. 25 yards, at the 25-yard line on their own side, they start this drive. 1st and 10. And is the Buffalo defense going to hold, or is Kansas City going to come back for the improbable win? This is a great one coming down to the end. 2021 Kansas City Chiefs at home against the Buffalo Bills. So Kansas City is going to start out with a screen against the base defense, and that will be a 0, so no advantage or disadvantage. The screen goes to the tight end, and this is an 8. 8 on the screen pass is a D6, and let's see. That is a +2 on the gain. So 2 yards brings up 2nd down and 8 from the 27-yard line. What sort of magic does Mahomes have for us here? This is a draw play against a base defense, and that's going to be a -2. So tough play call there for Kansas City. The draw goes to, that was to Hardman, I guess, that first play. The draw play goes to Williams. Here's a 17. 17 minus 2 is 15. 15 on the draw is a D6 +8. So D6 +8. And that's going to be a gain of 13 yards. Nice rush there from Williams. 13 yards brings up 1st down and 10 from the 40-yard line of Kansas City. Still a long way to go on this one. They need a touchdown. This is the very last drive of the game. And we have a 2. That's a medium pass against a base blitz. And that's going to be a +1 to the offense. So Mahomes to Hill, that's going to be a 12 on the medium pass. And a 12 is going to be a D10 +5. So let's do that again because I got messed up. A 2. So a gain of 7 yards. Mahomes to Hill brings up 2nd down and 3 from the 47, from their own 47-yard line. Time running out as Kansas City drives the field. They still have 53 yards to go for a touchdown. So let's see what they have in them here. This is going to be 2nd down and 3. So they're running a draw play against a base defense, and the draw is going to be good for a -2. Kansas City needs a high roll here. Don't really get it. The run is to Gore. 7 minus 2 is a 5. 5 on the draw is going to be dropped for a 2-yard loss. So 3rd down and 5. This is obviously 4-down territory, last drive of the game. So still opportunities here for Kansas City. That's going to be a medium pass against a dime defense. Medium pass against a dime defense is a -2. The pass goes to Hill. 8 minus 2 is 6. 6 on the medium pass is going to be a quarterback hurry. And it was Addison. Addison gets to the quarterback and has to hurry. Mahomes has to hurry the pass. That's going to be an incomplete pass on 3rd and 5. And this is it. Kansas City's got to have this for the first down. 4th and 5 from their own 45. They have to have a touchdown to win the game. And it all comes down to this. So we're looking in the 4th and 5 column over here. This should be 6, probably 6 plus to change that. Okay, a 6 is going to be a screen pass. That goes against a base defense. That's a 0. So this is just a straight up roll. And what does Kansas City have? Can they get the first down? That's what we really want to know. They need 5 yards. This is going to go to Tyreek Hill. That's a 13. Straight up 13 is going to be a D10 plus a D10. This has to equal 5 when it's added together. We'll see. It is a 7, and they just get past the 6 as they get the first down on 4th and 5. A real gamble there. Throwing the screen out, but they get it to their best receiver, and he takes it across the line to go, and that's going to be a first down, keeps the drive alive, and that puts the ball at the Buffalo 48. Whew. 1st and 10. Kansas City driving, hoping to put it together a game-winning drive here. This is going to be an outside run against a base defense, and that's a 0, so the run goes to Edwards-Helaire. That's a 4, and a 4 on an outside run. Oh, they narrowly avoid the fumble. That's a -2 as he gets dropped for a loss. And that's 2nd down and 12 now. Pushes it back to the 50. So they're right at the 50-yard line now. Still 50 yards to go. 2nd down and 12. We're using this long column here, so it's going to be an outside run against a dime defense, and that's good for a +4. So let's see if Kansas City can take advantage of giving them the old switcheroo. That is to Williams on the outside. 16 plus 4 is a 20, and this could be serious trouble. A D6 times 2. This could put them in the end zone. What do we got? This is a 53-yard run, and that is, look at that, that is the game winner as they get the run to the outside against the pass defense, 50 yards for the touchdown, and Kansas City is going nuts. They needed 50, they got 53. The way we read this, when we combine the D6s, that's an explosive play, 53 yards, as I believe it was Williams around the outside on the pitch, slips 4 tackles, jumps over a guy, spins around 3 times, and makes it into the end zone, 50 yards for the game-winning touchdown. No need to kick the extra point. They just win the game. That's going to be Kansas City with a winner 50-yard TD run for the win, and that is a 50-48. 50-48 is our score. A bit of a track meet in the second half. You can see it was 17-13 in the first, and then everything picked up in the second half, and it turned into sort of the game that we thought. You can see 1, 2, 3 for Buffalo. 1, 2, 3 possessions for Kansas City in the fourth quarter. So first, second, third, fourth, and wow, what a game. That was exactly what I hoped it would be. A nice showcase of two top-tier teams playing against one another. Now, remember, I've adapted these play charts to match their styles, to match what they do. I don't know if it'll be obvious or not on these to see. Doesn't look like it's particularly obvious on these, but I have gone through and manipulated some of the results. You could also play sort of the old style of no huddle using just these sort of older values, and then using the kicking chart. Definitely could do that. You could do the penalties here. So if you had those penalty cards, you could still do those. You can still use the momentum cards here, which would add a +1 back and forth. You can see there's plenty of offense, especially between two good offensive teams. If the teams are not so good on offense, I think it would be a little bit different. Or if one team had an advantage over the other team, would be a little bit of a different story. But in this case, just a great game. 50-48 is your score. It came down to the last play. This is no huddle football. And again, if you want to try out the NFC West teams, which I do have, and they are graded out here, and they have all the players and all that kind of stuff. I will send you that if you want the head-to-head cards. I have the formation cards as well. And then again, you just need 2 D6 dice, different colors, and 2 D10s, different colors. Pretty basic setup. This is the entire footprint of the game, especially if you print the goal line. You print the goal line on one side, and you print the just the regular plays, the auto play calling on the other side. If you're not doing auto play calling, but you're calling both sides, no need to even have this sheet. You would just need the kicking and the penalties and the cards and the dice, and that's all you need, and some way to keep score. So I hope you enjoyed it. This has been a really great game. This is the second half. If you haven't seen the first half, you can go watch the first half in a separate video. The game takes a couple of hours to play, but it's a pretty enjoyable and pretty it's a couple hours that's moving quite a bit. So you can see the calculations are pretty basic, just a little bit of addition and subtraction here and there. The charts make some things a little bit easier to do as far as the kicking and things like that are concerned. So, and if you want to run, nobody runs a 4-6 defense anymore, but if you wanted to run that as your base defense, when you see base, you could just run that 4-6, and maybe you want to call that at the beginning of the game and say, we're going to run the 4-6, and that's really going to stop. It's going to stop a running team. It's going to put pressure on the quarterback on a medium pass. Obviously, getting the ball out quickly on a short pass is going to sort of neutralize that defense, and then getting to the outside of that defense is really where you want to be. But up the gut, there's a strong defense. And then if you can get anything outside on a screen pass, if you can block it on a deep pass, then you're going to be good to go there as well. So If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comments section below. I'd love to hear what you think about the game. I'm working right now on the 2022 teams, and so that's where we're going to start. So I'm not going to continue forward with the 2021, seeing as that is 2 seasons ago now. There's no particularly special reason to do 2021, but hopefully we can crank out 2022 and get that into your hands within the next month or so. I have nothing set up for as far as a platform to sell it to you or any marketing or anything. This is just what it looks like. So need a little bit more kind of juice to the game, and all of the things that go into making it easy to get, easy to download, easy to purchase, and making it so that you're looking at this game and you know that whenever you get into it. So hopefully that'll come soon. If you have not subscribed to this channel, you can click subscribe, and if you click the little bell icon, you'll be notified whenever there are new videos, which this is where I'm updating about No Huddle Football, also on the sports replays and simulations Facebook group. So I've been posting updates there as well. And if you want to email me at advancedstatsfootball@gmail.com, I will send you the NFC West teams to try out. I'll send you the formation cards if you want to play with a buddy, and you'll have all of these. You have all these game pieces here. And again, I've just been playing 3 possessions per quarter. It's still a little bit on the high side. It probably should be 2.5, but if you want to massage that to 2.5, you could, I guess. But you just have to make sure with the kickoffs and everything like that, you really want sort of even possessions. So this is No Huddle Football and a presentation of the Bills at the Chiefs. Chiefs win this one 50-48 on a last-second touchdown throw from Patrick Mahomes. Or I'm sorry, a last-second touchdown run from Williams around the corner for 50 yards on an explosive play, and he